Today we're going to talk about herbs, guys. How they get in your body, work with your body to bring your body back to alkaline state. Dr. Sebi says there is only one disease, mucus. The accumulation of mucus leads to bacterial growth that causes diseases. Having a diet that is not natural for your body causes food to digest improperly, and the body makes the mucus as a result of the food not digesting. Sebi begins treatment by having the patients fast to cleanse their digestive system. After the digestive system is cleansed, the person follows a strict diet of plants that are natural and native to the land of their origin. 5 things Sebi tells Africans to avoid: lactose, uric acid, starches, meat, and carbonic acid. 4 compounds that he recommends are phosphate, carbonites, iodine, and bromides. Foods he recommends are moringa, quinoa, mushrooms, and sea moss. Alkaline herbs such as burdock, yellow dock, and red clover have many health benefits also. Hydration is another component of Sebi's nutritional philosophy, which we spoke on in my last video. Drinking water should be at or above room temperature. Cold water removes energy from the body, so you guys always remember that. Water should always be tested to verify it has an alkaline pH. Natural spring water is best. There are hot springs in Honduras that has a water at a pH of 8. Do not drink distilled water. It has a pH of 7, making it neutral. But now, in modern times, we have Aqua Hydrate, we have Essentia, which both have pH balances of 9.5 and up. So those are great waters for you guys to use. One more key thing Sebi says I want to point out is there is no difference between raw and cooked foods. Many herbalists and homeopathic medical practitioners promote a raw food diet. Sebi points out if you eat an acidic food raw or cooked, it will still be poison to the body. An alkaline food will nourish the body regardless of preparation. Concentrate on the food, not the preparation. Major key, guys. What a person consumes will also have an effect on mental health. A lot of people do not know of this. Starchy foods break down to become cyanide in the body and reduce cognitive function. Sugar breaks down to a glucose and inhibits the function of the hypothalamus. Excuse me if I said that wrong. Chemical hair care products such as relaxers will also reduce cognitive function. The cranium in the brain will absorb chemicals from relaxers. Sebi repeatedly cites a case of a couple that came to him because their marriage was falling apart and they were always sick. He quarantined them and gave them alkaline foods, and it resulted in them realizing that they loved one another. So we have to take into consideration, guys, an acidic diet is going to result in an acidic mind, acidic mood swings. It plays a huge part in one's mental health, just what he consumes in his body. I'm going to go over one more thing with you guys, just while we're talking about Sebi still. I'm not going to give you too much because I'm actually working on a Dr. Sebi documentary that's going to be totally in depth and just informative. So I want to speak on how Dr. Sebi could have reached the masses in a huge way, but he went to several prominent black leaders at the time to work with them to reach the masses, and they shunned them. They didn't want to work with them, including the Nation of Islam. Black leaders are not interested in the health of black people, Dr. Sebi said. He made numerous attempts to work with black leaders and no one wanted to unite with him. In 1990, Sebi did a tour of Africa to get Africans on board with his plans to expand clinics to Africa. Only one country was willing to work with Sebi, and that was Guinea. In some speeches, Sebi will not name Guinea to ensure that whites will not retaliate against his country. They offered him 5,000 acres of land and 5 hot springs so he can work and start healing their country. Unfortunately, the government of Guinea was not aware that Sebi planned to grow cannabis on the land, so they took their offer back. Like, hey, you're going to be growing what? Marijuana? We don't want you here. Sebi claims to have offered the opportunity to work with black government leaders in the United States. Michael Jackson recommended Sebi's work to numerous government officials he knew. Jackson was treated for insomnia in 2004 by Sebi himself. See, a lot of people don't know that, and wanted other people to know of his work. Jackson secured a meeting between Sebi and then President George Bush, Sheila Jackson, John Conyers, and Jesse Jackson Jr. also. To the American politicians, there were 17 African ambassadors and Leonard Muhammad of the Nation of Islam. President of the United States, Bush, was the only one to give Sebi a grant to expand his practices to Africa. Out of all these black prominent leaders we just named, including 17 politicians, George Bush was the only one to give him a grant to expand his practices in Africa. Sebi credits George W. Bush with doing more to fight AIDS in Africa than any other president. There is currently no African clinic run by Dr. Sebi or his foundation in Africa. So now I want to take a moment to speak about the 5 herbs I'm currently using and the 5 herbs you guys should be using, every day in your everyday life. The first is Cascara sagrada. It's a natural potent herb. It is produced from the bark of the Ramius persiana tree. It grows natively along the Pacific coast of North America, from southern British Columbia to central California. The other common names of Cascara sagrada are bitter bark, buckthorn, and sacred bark. University of Michigan health system experts believe that Native Americans started using this herb during the 15th century, especially when they introduced it as a remedy to explorers from Spain. They use it as a laxative to treat constipation. It soothes muscle cells in the large intestines. Even today, more than 20% of national laxative markets in the USA depend on it. It is worth approximately $100 million a year. So originally, back in the day, they were just using this herb to treat one thing, which was constipation. But peep this. But modern day researchers have found 1 million more health benefits of Cascara sagrada. They believe this herbal remedy can challenge many over-the-counter medicines. It has the ability to treat many issues like digestive problems, muscle and joint pains, hemorrhoids, and anxiety. Furthermore, it is quite effective against many major diseases like cancer too. So this herb is actually anti-cancer. So in a nutshell, Cascara sagrada is antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, anti-cancer, treats constipation, protects against liver disease, diminishes the occurrence of hemorrhoids, improves emotional well-being, and protects against asthma and cures of anxiety. Next, we're going to talk about sea moss and bladderwrack. As a natural pairing, the sea moss and bladderwrack benefits work hand in hand. Some have stated that bladderwrack brings the 10 missing minerals from the 92 that are in sea moss. See, sea moss has 92 minerals of the 102 that your body needs, which is crazy. Some of the properties of these herbs are antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and a detoxifying agent. Irish sea moss, when you take it, it gives you the feeling as if you're full. So if you're fasting, if you're trying to lose weight, that's great. That is what you need. And some benefits of bladderwrack also include thyroid improvement, weight loss, better vision, which is huge. A lot of people jump on bladderwrack because it naturally improves your vision. It's anti-aging. It improves heart health, improves women's health, and more. Next, we're going to get into burdock root, one of my favorites. Burdock root is a Eurasian species of plants in the sunflower family. It is native to northern Europe and Siberia. This plant is cultivated in the gardens for its roots used as vegetable and medicinal herb. Some of its properties are: it's a natural diuretic, reduce body weight, skin healer, combat cancer, removes toxins from blood, improves arthritis, fights tonsillitis, prevents infection, controls your heart rate and blood pressure, and it can regulate your cholesterol levels in the blood. Also, it cures diabetes. This cures diabetes. Apart from this, the most interesting thing about burdock root is it's an aphrodisiac. It enhances the sexual function and elevating the mood too. A lot of people don't know that. The last herb we're going to speak about is sarsaparilla. It's a woody, thorny plant that grows in the rainforest. For thousands of years, sarsaparilla has been used as a herbal remedy. Especially native populations in South and Central America use it to relieve a wide range of problems. Historians reveal that this plant was first introduced as a herb near the end of the Dark Ages. People used it to treat internal and external health problems. This plant has gained popularity and respect mainly because of its root, as it has a high concentration of nutrients and organic compounds. Its root is tuberous in shape and can grow between 6 to 8 feet in length. Herbalists have used its powder in traditional medicines to treat symptoms of sexual impotence, headaches, cold, joint pain. However, recent scientific studies are confirming that its root is also beneficial for preventing cancer, tumor growth, liver damage, skin problems, and sexually transmitted diseases. It has many active chemical properties such as antioxidants, saponins, plant sterols, flavonoid antioxidants, and it's anti-inflammatory. Fortunately, there are no known side effects for using sarsaparilla. Just avoid taking large doses of it on a consistent basis because it can cause stomach irritation. So this next thing I'm going to do to end this video off, I just want to read something Dr. Sebi said about sarsaparilla. And here it goes. Now, why the sarsaparilla has made such a great impression on me? Because I have been using many herbs in addressing the blood, but the sarsaparilla overnight In fact, in minutes after taking the organic herb of the sour sarsaparilla, you will see the benefits of it immediately. One of the things that it does is calms the central nervous system. Ionization calms the central nervous system. Besides ionization, it gives you energy. It's the spark plug of the body. It's the greatest cleanser you've ever had in your life, the sour sarsaparilla. It's also the highest concentrated plant for iron, the most powerful agent in any reference to iron of any plant, sour sarsaparilla.